So welcome to the second video of this series, and in this episode we're going to be talking about mic positioning. So when you're dealing with 4 mics on a drum kit, you want 2 overheads, and there's 2 ways you can do this. So there's X, Y, and there's spaced pair. So for this tutorial I'm going to be talking about spaced pair. And also it's very important to get the right phase. So what you need to do is you need to get some kind of measuring tape and measure the distance of each overhead mic in relation to the snare mic. So that's basically the most important. So when you're starting off, start with the overheads. Get them in phase, so meaning they're the same distance from the snare mic. And yeah, once you have the overhead mics done, you're pretty much done. I'll talk about snare miking and bass drum miking in a second, but I do want to talk quickly about spaced pair. So spaced pair means that there are 2 condenser mics side by side. They're usually a pair. And it means, so they're the same distance from each other, or from the snare mic. And the difference between XY is like that. So you have the 2 mics pointing the opposite direction, but they're right beside each other, like an X. So XY can be good to do, but it's a lot harder to get. And I think when you're starting off, I think spaced pair is personally the easiest. So I'm gonna talk now about snare miking and bass drum miking. So this is the SM57, so it's great on snare mics. It's also good on guitar cabs. Highly recommend it. It's about 100 quid. And then first overhead is the AKG C1000. Again, great mic, around the same price, about 100 quid. And then on the right, it's the exact same mic, AKG C1000. So now for the bass drum, I actually would recommend getting a stand. Now, because there's only 1 mic, it's inside the head. If you're using 2 mics for the bass drum, which you do see in studios, you'd have 1 facing in and then 1 on the outside. But as you can see, the mic is about just a tiny bit facing in, just to get that air pushing out. And also it's important to have some kind of pour hole on the bass drum head. I know a lot of people don't have a head here at all. That doesn't work very well. So that's it for the second video of this series. So important thing to note when recording drums is not 100% about mic positioning. It is also about the sound of the source. So that's the most important thing. So tuning your drums, tuning your snare. There's lots of videos on how to tune drums properly. I might link one of those. But basically for a snare drum, say for example, you want to make sure all the lugs are the same tension, and you don't want it too tight because it doesn't sound great recorded really tight snare drum, but you don't want it too loose either. And then pretty much there's no rule for tuning drums. It really depends on what you want, but there is good sounding drums and there is bad sounding drums. So unfortunately you have to spend a bit of time learning how to tune. It takes a while. The more you do it, the better you become at it. Cymbals is also very important. When recording drums, cymbals I'd say is arguably the most important thing. Have a good hi-hat and have at least 1 good crash if you can, and then you should be golden. But there's essentially no point of putting €500 into drum mics if your drums sound like shit. So that's pretty much it for this episode. Now you don't have to spend, as I said, thousands of euro on a drum kit or anything. Just make it sound decent. You don't honestly need a really good sounding drum kit. You just need okay cymbals. You really do. So yeah, that's it for this video. So the next video I'll be talking about mixing. So I'll record some drums, and yeah, I'll show you the mixing process. And yeah, hopefully you enjoy these videos so far. Thanks for watching.